Hello folks, it's Chris in Arena Studio with a quick video. If you're wondering why you can't sing and play the guitar at the same time, then this is probably the video for you. So thanks for sticking around. Please like and subscribe to the channel. As you all know, it makes my day. So the big problem that we see, or I tend to see with most of the people that come in the studio and want to learn to sing and play at the same time, is lack of rehearsal. So if we break this down into a couple of sections for you, how this kind of works is, if we take four really simple chords, G, E minor, C, D, this is going to be our song, okay? Now the first thing that we're going to look at is we have to learn those chords. So once you've got the chords learned, the next step is to apply a strumming pattern, which is what would be the next section that you would probably work on in the process of learning your required song, okay? So if we pick a classic strumming pattern of, okay, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. The next phase that you're probably going to work on is rehearsing the chords with the strumming pattern. So if you notice what I did, I actually dampened the strings and played the strumming pattern all on its own. That means that there's not as much processing power going on in my brain to actually learn that down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. Only ever practice these things at the speed that you can play them perfectly. That's the secret to a lot of this, is making sure that your accuracy is great, okay? So then you would apply the chords and the strumming pattern together. A little bit of a senior moment then, brain didn't quite work, see? So then that would turn out something like this. To the stage then that you want to sing the song, no matter what your melody or the cover version or whatever song it is you're trying to do, if it's one that you've written yourself or whatever, this is what normally kind of happens. If you had some lyrics that went, I woke up one morning and fell out of my bed, you start to do both things. I'll write that one down. You start to do both things together. The vocals becomes the most dominant part of it. So your brain then favours that piece of information because that senses that it's the most important thing that you're going to try and push forward. So this is where then the guitar and the voice become one rhythmically. Now what you have to do is try and separate. This is literally like where you used to do this and do this at the same time. Remember the old thing, you know, you're spinning plates, you're trying to multitask something. The only way we get good at multitasking is by repetition. And you have to learn the guitar bit. So when you can play this, you think you've got that down, okay, you probably have got that down, but then you then say to yourself, that's enough, I don't need to practice that anymore because I can play it. Guess what? You do need to practice it more. It's like when I was working on a lot of the rock and the shreddy stuff years ago, I used to find that maybe 15 minutes of practice I'd get there and could play what I wanted to play, but then I suddenly noticed that if I put more time in and practiced it for another 3 or 4 weeks, it suddenly went woof, up a massive amount, a huge jump, and then everything became effortless. And it's where you take your playing to that next level. That's the important bit. So the most important part then is once you've got the chords and the strumming pattern down, is to practice them for longer. Then the ultimate result then that you're looking for obviously is to be able to play that and then have a conversation at the same time. If you can do something like that, then you know that your subconscious is actually playing the guitar and not your brain. My brain now is focusing on talking to you guys and trying to hopefully not stop and make a mess of this. Okay, so again, it's repetition of the strumming patterns and the chord changes, which will make it more doable for you to kind of see what happens then. You see, our slightest distraction threw me, so that shows me that I'm not quite there with that. That was a great example of it, but it just shows that I'm borderline of being able to hold a conversation while I strum those 4 chords. So that's how I used to work on memorising songs and performing songs over the years, which I did professionally for 30 odd years. So again, make sure that you practice it, and then before you even consider putting the voice or the lyrics on top of your chord progression, practice those chords more and more and more so that you don't have to think about this. Now I kind of stumbled on this technique by accident years ago because At one point, I actually did the stand-up circuit, and I probably did it for about 3 years, something like that, where I was doing a lot of comedy and vocals and all this kind of stuff and gags and routines. Now for me to learn the stand-up comedy routines, I used to go over and over and over, and what that created was this possibility that I was then, it's like hitting play, you know, on a device, and out comes the routine. The song is the same principle. Well, for me, when I did the songs or the comedy routines, what I realised is that in here, my brain was actually scanning the audience, looking for somebody that looked like they were up for a little bit of fun, and I'd be thinking, oh, this guy, whoa, that's a strange looking beard, or what a crazy looking dress this woman's got on, or this guy looks like he's up for a bit of fun at the front. In the meantime, I'd be singing or telling a routine. So that made me realise that this brain thing that we've got actually delivers so much of what we do on a daily basis subconsciously without us realising it. That's the secret to being able to sing and play at the same time, is just get it in there and then practice one of them to an extreme and then drop the vocals on top. And you'll find that if you focus, when you think that you can't do it, you can't do it. It's because it's not absorbed. So just practice the chords, practice the chord progression, go over and over and over, and then after a few more nights, try the vocals on top again, and then all of a sudden you'll realise that, wow, I just got halfway through a verse, or I just got a full verse done and I struggled on the chorus. So again, you start to see the rewards for the extra effort that you put in. This industry is governed, trust me, not on immense amounts of talent. It's people who are super effective at learning what they do that make them great musicians, or that makes them great singers or performers. It's where they've then got this subconscious delivering everything. So it's a quick insight on what can help massively if you take what you're working on, take it to another level. All right? That's really the holy grail to a lot of this, is we underperform, we under-practice. People are astounded when they say to me, Chris, how do I learn a song? When I was gigging, I would learn a song, I would play it for 45 minutes, sing it for 45 minutes a day, 6 days a week for a month. So I'm looking that I would rehearse that song for 20 plus hours before I would go out and perform it. Now that wasn't a natural singer, that was a guy who was prepared to work his socks off to get the desired result. But then I realised over a period of months and years that it was this subconscious that delivered the performance. And then so many people used to say to me, wow, you look so slick and relaxed and professional, like you've been doing it a million years. I have been doing it a million years. But it was, at the time, it was something that I realised made me possibly stand out a little bit on the circuit, because I was the guy who'd put the extra work in, and that's all it was. It was just the extra work. It wasn't a hidden ability or super talent or anything like that. It was just hard graft. So take it to another level, add your vocals, and see how you go. It'd be great if you comment, and you can let me know how your progress goes on this kind of thing as well. So from me, Chris, hopefully it's of some use to you guys that always struggle. I mean, I get so many in the guitar clubs that are run and all these kind of things saying, I can't sing and play at the same time. Why not? There's nothing wrong with you. It's just under practice and under achieving what you're expecting to do. So you have to put the time and the effort in. And then when you realise it works, it becomes easy on the second song and the third and so on. Okay? Thanks for watching. Give us a like and a subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon. Stay safe, stay well, and keep on rocking in the free world.